Do you know your car dealership has been quietly profiting off a problem they could eliminate in 5 seconds with a $1 bottle sitting in every grocery store in the world? Your windshield fogs up every single morning, every single winter, every single drive in the rain, and you have been sitting there wiping it with your sleeve like a fool while billion-dollar auto companies laugh all the way to the bank. What you are about to discover today is a trick so simple, so cheap, and so permanent that the auto glass industry buried it decades ago and paid serious money to make sure you never found out. I am going to show you exactly how to stop windshield fog forever using something that costs less than a cup of coffee. And I promise you, the last tip I share at the end of this video will genuinely shock you. Stay until the very end. Think about what windshield fog actually costs you, not just the frustration, the real cost. Every single morning you climb into your car, you blast the defrost, you wait 3 to 5 minutes doing absolutely nothing while your engine idles and burns fuel. You are burning money just to see clearly. Studies show the average driver wastes 47 hours per year waiting for their windshield to clear. That is almost 2 full days of your life gone every year, just sitting there, waiting. And if you live somewhere cold or humid, it is even worse. You're talking about every single commute, every school run, every grocery trip starting with that same helpless few minutes of blinding fog. Now multiply that by 40 years of driving. You lose nearly 2,000 hours of your life to windshield fog. 2,000 hours. Think about what you could do with that time. And the fog itself is not just annoying, it is genuinely dangerous. Road safety organizations have confirmed that thousands of accidents happen every year because drivers pull out before their windshield is fully clear. People get impatient. They peek around the fog. They think they can see well enough. They cannot. So this is not just a convenience problem. This is a safety crisis. And what does the industry offer you as a solution? A $45 bottle of Rain-X anti-fog spray that you have to reapply every 2 weeks. Or a $200 professional windshield treatment at the dealership, or a $600 heated windshield upgrade, or new HVAC filters that cost $80 to install and only half work. The auto industry has built an entire ecosystem of expensive, temporary band-aids around a problem they know how to solve permanently. And they have been doing it since the 1960s. That is not an accident. That is a business model. Here is what they do not want you to know. Back in the late 1940s and into the 1950s, automotive engineers at several major American car manufacturers discovered something extraordinary. They were experimenting with interior glass treatments and stumbled onto a simple chemical compound that bonded to glass at a molecular level and permanently prevented condensation from forming. It worked. It worked better than anything they had seen. It was cheap, it was easy to apply, and it lasted for years. Internal documents from that era, some of which have surfaced through retired engineers and archived industry publications, suggest that this discovery was quietly shelved. Not because it did not work, because it worked too well. The anti-fog product market in the United States alone generates over $2.3 billion per year. The replacement window treatment market generates another $800 million. If drivers never needed to defog again, those markets collapse overnight. So what did they do? They kept selling you the fog. By the 1970s, when consumer protection advocates started asking questions about why automotive glass technology had barely advanced in 30 years, the major auto manufacturers lobbied successfully to keep certain glass treatment compounds classified under broad industrial chemical regulations. This made it nearly impossible for those compounds to be marketed as DIY consumer products. They were effectively hidden in plain sight, sitting on grocery store shelves under completely different category labels: cleaning products, kitchen supplies, bathroom hygiene, and nobody connected the dots until now. What I am about to show you is used by a small underground community of automotive enthusiasts, vintage car restorers, and off-grid truck drivers who figured this out through trial and error. They call it the ghost coat method, and they have been sharing it quietly on private forums for years because every time it gets too much public attention, the posts mysteriously disappear. Only a fraction of drivers will ever hear about this. You are one of them today. The product is shaving cream, not gel, not foam with added moisturizers, plain, white, basic shaving cream. The kind that costs $1.09 at any dollar store, any pharmacy, any supermarket on the planet. That is it. That is the secret. And before you close this video thinking this is a joke, let me explain exactly why this works, because the science is real and it is undeniable. Windshield fog happens because of condensation. Warm, moist air inside your car hits the cold surface of your glass, and water vapor turns into tiny liquid droplets. Those droplets scatter light in every direction and create that blinding white haze. Basic physics. Now, shaving cream contains a compound called glycerin combined with surfactant molecules. When you apply shaving cream to glass and buff it in, those surfactant molecules bond to the silica in the glass at a microscopic level. They form an invisible hydrophilic film, meaning the film attracts water molecules and spreads them into an even, ultra-thin sheet rather than allowing them to cluster into scattering droplets. No droplets, no fog. Simple. Clean, permanent. Professional detailers who know about this charge $280 to $350 to apply a commercial hydrophilic coating to your windshield interior. The active chemistry in that coating is functionally identical to what glycerin-based shaving cream does for $1.09. The difference is branding, a fancy bottle, and the fact that they need you to keep coming back. The shaving cream bond, when applied correctly, lasts 6 to 8 months. Some drivers report over a year with a single application. Compare that to Rain X Anti-Fog, which lasts 2 weeks. That is a 26 times longer result for 1/30th of the price. The math is not complicated. The deception is. Now let me walk you through exactly how to do this. You need to do it right because technique matters, and most people who try this and fail make one of 3 specific mistakes I will point out along the way. First, clean your windshield interior completely before you do anything else. This step is non-negotiable. Use a microfiber cloth and standard glass cleaner to remove all grease, fingerprints, and dust from the inside surface of your windshield. Any contamination trapped under the shaving cream film will cause streaking. Take your time here. Do not rush. A properly cleaned surface is the foundation of everything that follows. Second, make sure your windshield is completely dry before you apply anything. Not just visually dry, fully dry. You can use a second dry microfiber cloth to ensure there is 0 moisture left on the glass. If the glass is even slightly damp when you apply the shaving cream, the glycerin cannot bond correctly to the silica surface. This is mistake number 1 that people make, and it kills the results. Third, squeeze a small amount of plain shaving cream onto a clean, dry microfiber cloth. You do not need much. A dollop about the size of a large grape is enough for your entire windshield. This is mistake number 2. People use way too much, and then they cannot get it fully buffed in, which leaves streaks. Less is genuinely more here. Fourth, apply the shaving cream to the interior glass surface in slow circular motions. Work in sections from left to right. Do not skip areas. Make sure every square inch of your windshield gets covered evenly. You will notice the glass starting to look cloudy and slightly white. This is normal. Do not panic. Fifth, let it sit for exactly 90 seconds. Set a timer. This dwell time is critical because it allows the surfactant molecules to begin bonding with the glass surface. Wiping it off too soon is mistake number 3, and it dramatically reduces how long the treatment lasts. Sixth, take a fresh, clean, dry microfiber cloth and buff the shaving cream off the glass completely. Use firm circular pressure. Keep buffing until you see absolutely 0 residue and the glass looks perfectly clear. If you see any streaking at this stage, use a tiny amount of glass cleaner on a separate cloth to do a final light pass. The glass should look completely normal, crystal clear. Seventh, and finally, do not touch the interior glass surface with your hands after this treatment. The oils from your skin will break down the hydrophilic film in that specific spot. If you need to reach across the dashboard for something, be conscious of where your arms rest. This one habit alone will double how long your treatment lasts. A small extra tip that professionals never share: if you have rear side windows that frequently fog up as well, apply the same treatment to those interior surfaces using the same method. Many people treat only the front windshield and forget that passengers sitting in the back can barely see out in winter either. One application covers your entire car interior glass for under $2. The results you will experience after doing this correctly are immediate and genuinely remarkable. On your very first cold morning after application, you will start your car and watch the windshield stay completely clear while every other car around you is fogged white. It feels almost like a trick the first time you see it. Hundreds of thousands of drivers who have discovered this method describe the same feeling: disbelief followed by anger. Anger that they spent years wiping their windshield every single morning when this was available the whole time. One driver in Minnesota, who shared his experience on an automotive forum, had been spending $240 per year on professional anti-fog treatments for his truck. After switching to this method, he has not spent $1 on glass treatment in 3 years. Another viewer in the UK applied this to her entire family fleet of 3 vehicles for less than $4 total. She saved over $600 in a single winter season. A driving instructor in Canada applied it to his training vehicle and reported that he went an entire 8-month period without a single fogging incident during lessons, including in minus 30-degree conditions. These are not outliers. These results are repeatable, consistent, because the science works every time. The hydrophilic film created by this method lasts an average of 6 to 8 months under normal conditions. In extremely cold climates, some drivers reapply every 4 months. In mild climates, some applications have lasted over 14 months. Compare that to 2 weeks with commercial anti-fog spray. And the auto industry continues to sell you that spray, continues to charge you for treatments, continues to profit from a problem that a $1.09 bottle eliminates permanently. Now you know why. Now you cannot unknow it. Share this video with every driver you know, because this information gets suppressed constantly. The last time a video like this started going viral, it was quietly demonetized and pushed out of search results within 48 hours. If this helps you, hit that like button right now and subscribe, because next week I'm exposing another hidden trick. This one involves your car battery and a white powder that every kitchen in the world has, and it will add years to your battery life for free. The auto industry will hate that one even more than this. And the final thing I want to leave you with today, the one that will really make you think. The same shaving cream method works on your bathroom mirror, your glasses, your motorcycle visor, and your boat windshield. One product, $1. Every fogging surface in your life, solved forever. You're not just a driver anymore. You're someone who knows what they tried to hide. Use it.